Yesterday, Tuesday, April 2nd, 2019, was Equal Pay Day in North America. And if you missed that one, or maybe never even heard of it, well, that's probably because this whole thing is dumb and based on a myth. This, according to Wikipedia, Equal Pay Day is the symbolic day dedicated to raising awareness of the gender pay gap. In the United States, this date symbolizes how far into the year women must work in order to earn what men earned in the previous year. The exact day differs year by year. In 2019, it's April 2nd, and on average, it's claimed women earn 80 cents for every dollar that men earned. In the United States, the wage gap for women also varies on demographic, and therefore also has different dates to recognize how far into the year women of color need to work to earn what men earned in the previous year. So in 2019, compared to white and non-Hispanic men, and they break down all of these figures, which we are going to thoroughly debunk in this video, as well as this claim that women earn 80 cents on the dollar compared to what men make, being $1. And there's a lot of debate about this right now. This just out, 4 in 10 Americans believe that the gender pay gap is made up to serve a political purpose. Same thing out just from Time magazine. Nearly half of men believe the pay gap is made up, survey finds, but that's a bit of a difference we're seeing from what's happening in Canada. Here, according to Huffington Post, a gender pay gap is a serious issue. Canadian women agree, and men see it differently. Well, surprise, surprise. So what is it saying? It can be hard to argue for remedies to a problem when there's still debate about whether that problem exists. This dilemma has stymied advocates decrying issues that range from climate change to discrimination. And a new poll from SurveyMonkey, revealed first by Time, shows that a significant belief gap exists when it comes to the issue of equal pay. So now we're talking about a belief gap. According to an online poll of 8,566 American adults conducted in March, nearly half of men, 46%, believe that the pay gap is made up to serve a political purpose rather than being a legitimate issue. And about a quarter of men, ages 18 to 34, 24%, say that media reports of men and women being paid unequally are fake news. One option provided in the poll. Overall, 62% of make more money than women for similar pay. I think they got a bit of a spelling mistake here. They're trying to say they believe that they make more money than women for similar types of Americans, most likely to incorrectly say that there is no pay gap. But is it incorrect? Is it really incorrect to say so here? I mean, let's look at this claim logically here. Okay, if it were true that men are being paid $1 and women are being paid 80 cents, as this Wikipedia article claims, and that capitalism, so to speak, is against women. Well, if this is true, and you have a man who's worth $1 and you're paying him $1, and then there's a woman who, according to equality and what we're talking about here, is also worth $1, but she's being only paid 80 cents. Therefore, she's allegedly being exploited for 20 cents. Then, as a businessman, as someone who wants to hire someone out there, who are you likely going to be to hire? Are you going to hire the man who's worth $1, but you got to pay him $1? Or are you going to hire the female who's worth $1, but you only have to pay her 80 cents? Obviously, if this was the case, if this was the issue, then somebody's going to step in and say, okay, well, I'll offer her 81 cents, and somebody will offer her 82 cents, and then somebody will offer her 83 cents, and then it's logically going to end back at $1. So as you can see, this logic is completely flawed. There's no such thing. It's a complete and utter myth. And look at these numbers. Finally, mothers make 69 cents compared to fathers. Where does those numbers come from? I mean, who is paying mothers? You know, by and large, for the most part, here in Western society, it is a choice to become a stay-at-home mom, and that is an amazing choice to make. That is a incredible thing, a brave thing to do. That is a very difficult job, and it's very highly respectable. But in this society that looks down on patriarchy, we're supposed to believe that that's a bad thing. But the point is, it's women's choice to do so. I mean, you can have a successful career as a businesswoman, just don't have kids. I mean, you can make that decision. But if you do have children, it biologically makes sense that the female, the woman, would stay at home and raise the children while the man goes out and makes the bread and butter. I mean, is the man supposed to go to work, stay at home and watch the kids, and then go collect the breast milk from the mom and then bring it back to the kids every day? I mean, it's just ridiculous, people, that we've come to this politically correct culture that they can make up numbers like this. Now, I came across an article that lays it out pretty good, and I'll just read to you from that. Equal Pay Day perpetuates the mythical gender wage gap. This comes from thefederalist.com. I'll include links to all of these in the description below, so be sure to check all these sources for yourself. The left is at it once again, making victims of the freest, most prosperous women in the world. Yes, I'm talking about us, American women. In honor of Equal Pay Day, Mother Jones claimed the pay gap costs women $840 billion every year. CNBC reported that it represents $1 million shortfall for some women. But as our Thursday Bright editor Inez Stepman wrote in the Daily Caller, this isn't really true. The Department of Labor compiled more than 50 peer-reviewed studies and concluded that the often cited 77 cents on the dollar gap, calculated by comparing the average female wage with the average male one, was almost entirely the result of differing career choices rather than discrimination, she wrote, adding, despite earning more degrees than their male counterparts, American women continue to frustrate left-wing feminists by making different work-life balancing decisions. When given the same choices as men, women select different fields of study. They value flexibility over salary. They work fewer hours, and they avoid physically dangerous employment. 4 out of 5 of the top-paying college majors have large majorities of male students, while the reverse is true of the 5 lowest-paid majors, where women boast large majorities in all but one. Women take about twice as many unpaid hours off, and men work 83% more overtime. And a plurality of mothers with young children still report that their ideal situation involves part-time, not full-time work. So here's some more quick facts from the Independent Women's Forum. Wage discrimination is illegal, and it has been in the U.S. since 1963, when the Equal Pay Act was signed into law. So there's already measures here to deal with this if it is an issue. The 1964 Civil Rights Act also protects women from baseless gender discrimination in the workplace. So there you go. Equal Pay Day is based on a misleading interpretation of wage data. The wage gap doesn't take into account variables like profession, education, experience, benefits, work conditions, and hours worked. And it doesn't compare men and women with the same jobs, experiences, training, or hours. The wage gap is not a measure of equal pay for equal work. Instead, it's largely a reflection of individual choices about work among men and women. When controlling for relevant factors, the pay gap shrinks to 98 cents. So that's the reality of it, folks. The data is completely flawed, as I hope we were able to show you and explain to you today. It makes absolutely no sense. So this is why hopefully you missed yesterday, because it's a big fat nothing burger. It's stupid, and it's based on a myth. I explained it in greater detail in my video, These 10 Things I Hold to Be True. Check it out on BitChute. I'll have a link to my BitChute account located in the description below. This is more of a decentralized, kind of blockchain-based video sharing platform where I'm now posting a lot of my content, because as we know, I'm being heavily shadow banned and censored here on YouTube. So if you want to hear my analysis on the gender pay gap myth a little bit more in depth, check out this video, These 10 Things I Hold to Be True, and watch it from BitChute, a really, really great website. And of course, if you appreciate our efforts here at Press for Truth, and you have never contributed, please check us out at pressfortruth.ca/donate. This is where you can contribute PayPal or Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. You can become a patron, or you can join as a Patreon alternative. And of course, as always, the best way to share this video or to support this video is to share it and to click the thumbs up button. So please do that right now, guys. Click the thumbs up button. Share this one with your friends and family. Let's raise awareness about how dumb equal pay day is, and the fact that it's all just based on literally a myth. So that's all for today, guys. So once again, thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned. We're going to have more video reports coming soon. This is Dan Dix reporting for Press for Truth. We all want truth. The truth will set you free.